Well, look, a dramatic set of by-election results last night. As I hinted at, the confidence vote in Boris Johnson, I think, the timing of that has actually helped him in the end, because I think he'd be in bigger trouble now, wouldn't he, if the confidence vote was being held after these two big by-election defeats. Of course, we've seen the Tory chairman, Oliver Dowden, resign. Some dismissing this as just sort of government midterm blues. I actually think it's a lot more serious than that. I think we are heading, whether Brexiteers, Conservatives want to hear this or not, because I think you need to be real and get real, I think we are heading on the current trajectory for a Lib Dem, Labour, maybe Green, SNP coalition government. Not because there's any huge groundswell of support for Labour or the Lib Dems. More to do, I think, with the fact that Conservative voters aren't enthused, Brexiteers aren't going out and backing the government in big numbers in terms of going out and voting. And of course, you've got now, whether formally or informally, this non-aggression pact, it seems, between Labour and the Lib Dems, each focusing on one seat each. And of course, if there is a Labour-Lib Dem coalition, that means we're heading back into the single market and open borders. But that's interesting, isn't it? Because one of the big wins of Brexit is taking back control of our borders. And when you look at illegal migration, the government totally failing to stop the madness across from France. And on legal migration, rather than delivering a cut of net migration down to the tens of thousands, as we saw Theresa May talk about, as we saw David Cameron talk about, instead it's continued in the hundreds of thousands net. As Matt Singh notes, you've got Labour losing their deposit in Tiverton and winning Wakefield. The Lib Dems lost their deposit in Wakefield and won in Tiverton. So you're looking now at huge anti-Boris, anti-Conservative, tactical voting. And I agree with Matt there that it is a big deal. When you look at the actual numbers, the Tory vote down in Tiverton and Honiton from nearly 36,000 to 16,000. So that's 20,000 fewer people voting Tory from the last general election. Wakefield, they went from 21,000 votes to 8,000 votes. I said as well, didn't I, that Reform UK needed a big showing in Wakefield. It simply didn't happen. Instead, a former Conservative councillor actually did very well. Akif Akbar, as an independent, got nearly 8% of the vote, which is pretty strong. But look, in terms of where we are, I think we are heading towards a Labour-Lib Dem coalition, unless Boris Johnson, the Conservatives, can start delivering, not just talking about policies when it comes to stopping illegal migration, not just talking about the ECHR, but getting a handle on these things and taking urgent action. As I said, I think one of the most popular things they could do would to bring net migration down to the tens of thousands, as previous Tory leaders talked about and couldn't deliver inside the EU. But be in no doubt, Brexiteers, Conservatives are not turning out for the Tories at the ballot box at the moment. And on top of that, you've clearly got now tactical voting from Remainers, from Labour, Lib Dem voters who are opting for whoever can defeat the Conservative candidate. As ever, I'm going to keep bringing you all the very latest, guys. Let me know what you think of these results. Do you agree with what I've had to say here or not? And of course, as ever, cheers for watching.